Well, we're gonna fish a farm pond today, but before we head out, we're gonna seine this little pond here for some mud dogs or, well, water dogs or mud puppies. It just kind of depends on what you call them. We're gonna use this net here and see if we can't run it across the bottom and scoop them on up and use them for bait today. It's a great live bait. A water dog is a natural enemy to the bass, which we're gonna be fishing for, and hopefully we can seine some up. I don't know, usually I guess there's a certain time of year that they'll come in and you can catch them real well, and hopefully we're hitting it just right, but we're gonna get in the water, get dirty, and see if we can't catch a few and go slam some bass this afternoon.
Let's go do it.
Which way you wanna?
Will they be out in the middle or just along the edge? Or all over?
Go up the middle?
All over.
So we just gonna, you wanna walk the edge first or the middle first or what?
Yeah, I don't feel like we might not have to do the edge just yet.
Well, it ain't that deep. Come on now, there's a weed sticking up in the middle.
Yeah, it might be a tree.
Yeah, it could, but it ain't. All right, you ready? The object of this is when you're going through, you want to keep the bottom of your stick just kind of bouncing on the mud. As you can see on the bottom of the net here, there's weights, and that's what runs across the bottom and actually catches them. So let's go. Why are you going that way, man?
Huh?
You pulling that way. We're supposed to be staying up here. There's a pile of them.
We had a little bit of go around that.
Yeah, that's a good pile.
Big one in there. Look at that guy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Look almost like a tadpole, but these actually turn into salamanders. You can tell because they got the little.
They got the legs already growing
gills.
here.
Yeah, you see
Back here.
legs growing. He's gonna be good when I called him.
And these are awesome bass baits. Well, let's get them put in there, man.
Make babies.
We got a pretty good pile of them.
Let's go fishing.
All right, well, that there ought to take care of an afternoon's fishing trip.
Yeah.
Let's go catching. How about it? Well, we just got in the water. Old clear pond full of bass. We're gonna fish with water dogs, and I may throw a fluke on later, depending on how late we stay out. If we get into a little later in the evening, I may throw a fluke on and fish with that. If the water dogs aren't working, I may, since they're kind of small right now, we hit them a little early, I may throw a lizard on, and a possibility of a power bait worm, but we're gonna fish hard, and I don't doubt we'll catch fish, so let's get after it. You still fishing that beetle spin? You still fishing that beetle spin?
I put that beetle spin on and then put the water dogs on.
Really?
That kid up, yeah. Check out that monster.
Yeah, buddy.
It'll be a good day. I like catching these guys.
Hopefully I can cast without backlashing this lightweight.
Hey, pretty big.
The way we're hooking these mud dogs on, or I keep mixing mud puppies and water dogs. Anyway,
You give them a new name.
you take and usually you'd probably use a little smaller hook, but when you get them big ones, you can use a big hook like this. But we're just taking it right through the bottom of the lip and coming up the top of their mouth, right in between the two nostril areas. You can see on the mud dogs. And that's pretty much how we're fishing. We're just throwing them on out there and letting them swim around, and those bass can't stand them. Is that the shade area? Son.
Get him in.
Hey, buddy. Hey. You make me hook myself. I'm gonna be upset at you. Little bitty hook's tough. Get out of there. He nailed it, man. I mean, there wasn't no question about it. That was my big one, too.
Really?
Yeah, he killed it. Yep, that was that big mud dog I had on there. Y'all wasn't lying, though. We got Sherry and WD up on the bank kind of directing us toward the fish. This is so clear down in here, you can see everything. And they told us to cast, and there's a shady spot right up here by this cedar tree. I threw it up in there and slow rolling it. He came up and nailed it. I think I'm twisted up down here. There we go. Get it back out in the water. Whoa. Wind took that one just a little bit.
Fish on.
Did you get you one?
Got me one. Oh, baby. Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
That's about the size of the one you hooked into, eh?
Yeah. Nah, mine was bigger.
I bet it was.
Hey, you saw him.
Hey,
Don't deny it.
come over here and check this out. You got a hook in him.
Does he?
Yeah. I'm gonna leave him alone. Don't want to kill him. He eating without it. With it in there. Swim off, brother.
There he is.
Got one?
Yeah. We just cruising around.
Kind of lethargic today, aren't they?
Yeah. They're hitting it hard, but it's like you gotta get right there in front of them. Fun fish though, man. They're nailing it. You'd think it was like a 12-pound fish.
Nice.
Do nothing. He didn't hit it or nothing. He just swam off with it. I sat there and watched him swim. I was like, I see my yellow jig head sticking out of his mouth. There we go. Yeah, man.
Good
You
fish.
like that? There's number 4.
Alright.
2 consecutive casts. You lose a mud dog every time you catch a fish, though. It's the only thing about it.
Bug spot.
Oh, yeah. I sat there and watched him come get it the whole way.
Oh.
And what a trophy. I tell you, this is a perfect opportunity to tell you about the chance that we got not too long ago. You know, Cody and I do a lot of, I guess you could call it PR. We go out to a lot of like the Backwoods show in Oklahoma City, and all these shows we get to meet a lot of our viewers. And we had one special one from Ponca City. A lady emailed us and said that her son that is mildly autistic, you know, never really sat down and was quiet. He was always moving around doing something, and she heard him sitting down, or actually didn't hear him at all, and she was kind of worried about it, so went and checked on him. He was watching the show, and when the show was over, he recited one of our entire commercials, the Cody and Cody Bow Challenge. And so he came out to the Oklahoma City Backwoods show, came and visited us, and we got to walk around. We went and shot bow at the Oklahoma archery booth, and then we went to the catfish tank, and he caught a catfish. So y'all take a look at this footage while we're still fishing. It was pretty cool. He had a good time.
You're starting to put some numbers on me, bro. I don't like that.
Yeah, well, there he is again. Oh, he hit my flipper.
Yeah, dude.
He run clean.
I can fish in your hole while you reeling them in, dude.
Nah, that's bull. You better go on the other side of the creek. Open your mouth, man. Get your dancing done.
What happened?
He made me feel my hook. I figured if he's gonna have to deal with it, I will too, huh?
It's only fair. I'm thinking there's some.
I'm telling you, they up in there. That's where they're bedding. I've caught 3 fish out of that hole. And I'm spinning around. I'm sorry, y'all can't even see the fish. But I'm having a tough time getting this hook out of his mouth. So y'all take a look at this footage while we're still fishing. It was pretty cool. He had a good time. This is Blake. He's from Cody. He's one of our special viewers. He came out to the Backwoods Show to visit it this year. And we're going to have a good time. Oklahoma Archer's got an archer booth set up where the young kids can shoot bow and arrow. We're going to take him over there. We're going to head down to the catfish tank and see if we can't catch a fish, too.
That's right. But before we got some stuff we're going to get to him. Hey, Blake, here's a DVD of our show. We've autographed in front of it. And you can sit and watch it however many times you want. And then also we got a On the Water in the Woods with Cody and Cody t-shirt that we're going to give to you. Have it signed and autographed.
What do you say?
You're welcome, buddy. Hey, you want to go shoot some bow and arrow at the Oklahoma Archer booth?
Yeah.
Let's go shoot some bow.
Let's go. All right. Turn that way. You're going to shoot at that. Turn it right there, okay? Yeah, always remember, that hot coat goes out, okay? All right, there we go. All right.
You ready? Okay.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Did you see that? That was all you.
You gonna do a couple more?
All right, let's do that. Well, we just got done shooting the bows. Now we're going to try to get Blake on a catfish. He's one of our viewers from Ponca City. We came out and take him around the Backwoods Show and showing some of the cool stuff. This is one of the things me and Cody like to do when we were younger, and hey, we still like to do it now. Come out to the catfish pond and see if we can't get him on a little catfish. There's a lot of them in here, as you can see. So we're going to try to get the biggest one. Pull him back in. Pull him in. Here, let's get him in. There we go.
Get you wet, man.
Get you wet. Go check that fish out.
Trying your luck down the fishing cove. If you would, please just set your boat right outside the tank. Head down towards the exit. We'll be starting new fishing session in just 1 minute.
You want to touch him?
That's that catfish.
What's it feel like? What's he feel like?
Hey, give me 5, man. That's all you.
You're fishing, bud.
Patient.
Yeah.
All right. Let Cody chunk him back in there. Somebody else did.
Cool, Blake. You got him. You got him. All right, dude.
About that time you were like,
Catch, buddy.
there you go. Right at the tube. Hey, trolling is the way to do it, man.
Slowly pulling by.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Later on during the day.
I say it's the best way, but he swallowed this one down. Fish.
There's 3 fish right out here, though. See?
But I did see one in here a minute ago. Where'd he go? There he is, right there. Fish on.
Up on that bed.
Yeah, our cameraman spotted him from the shore. Said he saw him laying on the bed. I just eased it on up in there towards him. All right, buddy, be still. There you go.
Well, we caught a couple of smaller fish here, numbers, which is always fun off these mud puppies, but I think we're going to jump out and throw the tubes in the back of the truck and head on over to another pond. That's a good thing about fishing farm ponds is you can travel around and usually catch them in a pretty good distance. But hey, let's head on out. I think there's some bigger fish out there.
All right, let's go to another pond. Well, back at the other pond before we left, we found this guy. Horny toads actually come pretty rare around Oklahoma and out in this country. I imagine this is probably one of the few areas in the states you can still find them hanging out, but thought that was pretty cool. You don't see too many of them anymore. I remember when I was littler. I guess I can say when I was little now. We used to see them out in the Choctaw area all the time. Me and a friend would catch and mess around with him. I guess we're gonna let him go though, so maybe he can go find him a girlfriend and make some more. I don't think he's gonna leave. There we go. Well, we've eased over to the other pond we're gonna fish. This one we're liable to catch some bigger size, maybe not as many, but when we catch one it may be a little bit bigger fish. And we're just now getting in the water. Cody's kind of beat me in. I'm getting set up. I think I'm gonna ease off the mud dogs and try to throw a worm on, see if I can't fish with a worm a little bit and maybe try a few different things out, see how they're working for me. But we're gonna get out and see if we can't catch some. Just call me Mr. Experiment in this pond.
Yep. Oh.
Man, he didn't even get his water dog.
Yeah, I had the bigger one.
Yeah, that's a good fish.
Yeah, it is.
Best one today.
Taken by Cody Hughes.
Actually, the one I caught back at that other pond was that
No,
big.
it wasn't. Fishing with those water dogs. Actually, yeah, water dogs.
Mud puppies, water dogs, water puppies.
Anyways, fish with those, just hooking it on a Texas rig, just like you'd fish that black worm there. Just stick them through the nostrils like Cody mentioned earlier. Catch some nice bass. There's probably some better bass in here than this. I think they were saying they were pulling like 7 to 8 pound bass out of this pond.
Mm-hmm.
But we can let him go. Swim on. But I was using the bigger ones. We sane that pond earlier today and caught a lot of little ones, and we caught some bass off of them. But typically you want to get about 6 to 8 inches probably on those mud puppies. Would be the best size. But hey, if the little ones are catching fish,
Why not fish with, oh, he drilled it too, man.
let's sit here for a while, bro.
Yay? Nay? He's got a fish over there.
Oh, man.
Hey, Cody, as a professional fisherman, you think you'd know how to set the hook?
Well, it's just a weed.
Golly. And he is dug up in them weeds, too. I don't know. All I know is he's trying to dig down in them weeds.
Fish on. Double.
Hey, hey now.
Oh. Dang, get that off.
The fluke. He stole my fluke. You sorry sucker. Well, that was kind of ironic. I cast it up, there's a channel runs down. Cody and I are sitting in weeds right now. No telling how deep it is. Well, yeah, there is. I guess I'm touching the bottom with my feet. So it's about maybe three foot deep here, and it's just solid weeds, and there's a channel runs up through here. And I casted and got into some moss and was just reeling in real fast. And he comes straight up out of these weeds, man, and just nailed it.
Too, because you're fishing with that fluke. Start bringing it in. I know that it's running about what, 4 inches of water maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It just kind of depends on how you.
Lifted my rod tip up and started reeling in slowly, and sure enough, came up out of the.
Well, they may be speeding up then. Well, this is our third pond. This one here is looking pretty promising. We're gonna fish it, and we'll be done for the day. And hopefully, we can get into some bigger fish here too. We fished for probably 5 hours and had a good time. Caught some fish. We used all kinds of different baits today, just kind of experimenting around and really had a good time with it. It was kind of a relaxing weekend for us. But thanks for watching, and see if we can't get in some fish, and we'll get back in the woods.